Good morning, everyone. Steve Ashburner here. I'm going to start these YouTube videos basically for my family. These are the diaries of Wilbur J. Ashburner, born in 1897, died in 1973. And in 1941, he decided he was going to try to start a diary, and he did. He did it for 32 years. It gives a really pretty cool insight on the man and his life, my father's life, my father's sister's life, and then on our lives. Wilbur had two children, James Robert Ashburner and Dorothy Ashburner. My father had three kids, of which I'm the youngest, two older brothers. One just died this year. And his sister Dorothy had four girls, the last two being twins. So from there, I had four children. My brother had three children. And I'm not sure how many children Dorothy's children had, but there's a few, at least. I have 13 grandchildren. My brother has 8 or 9, and I'm not sure how many grandchildren there are of Dorothy's children. But these diaries are for you guys. Because obviously he would be a great-great-grandfather now, and I think you'll find it very interesting what these diaries have to say. The first couple of years, as he was getting started, he didn't write much about the daily life that he really gets into later on. These are a lot of quotes from books that he read. He was a prolific reader. He was very religious. And he really did love his children. I think that comes out pretty obvious as I go through these books. So Stephen, Lauren, Seth, Audrey, my kids, Bob, Emma, and Jama for Bill's kids. This is really for your children and your grandchildren. I don't think they've ever been read chronologically. I've had them in my possession since my father died, and I have not read them in succession. I'll just pull out a book or two and read a little bit out of it, and then I'd put it back up. So I'm going to probably learn as much as you guys do about this man and his history. So the first 4 or 5 diaries are these little bitty books. He eventually goes into these larger books over here, which makes it a lot easier to read. I'm going to apologize up front, but there's a lot of words that I just can't make out. I just can't read his writing. Some of it's printed, some of it's cursive, some of it's very difficult to read because my grandfather did like to drink and he smoked. So some of these shaky pages might have been on one of those drinking nights, who knows. But here we go. I'm going to try to keep these videos to about 15 minutes apiece. So I'll try to watch the time. And you never know, maybe some of his family from Minnesota and all the years he spent in Bristol, Tennessee, some other people might kick in on it, and we'll just see. But here we go. This is for you guys. Please leave comments. Don't care about you subscribing, but yeah, leave some comments. So Wednesday, January 1st, 1941. I will trust and not be afraid. Isaiah 2:12. If you are worrying that you are not trusting, if you trust, you will not worry. Mr. McDeal, teacher, Woodland Street Men's Bible Class, 1939. 2. But my God shall supply all of your needs according to his riches in glory by Jesus Christ. Philippians 4:19. And I read Psalms today, 121, 91, 23, and 1. January 3rd. The conquest of fear is not a matter of wishful thinking or high resolving, but a matter of great believing. F.G. Schroeder. Thy will be done, and be done by me. Be not afraid. 4th, abstain from all appearance of evil. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. By faith in fulfilling every duty. Gold dust, period. If it is right, there is no other way. Priscilla Leonard. To be really happy, we must have home. More virtue than knowledge, more love than tenderness, more guidance than cleanliness, more repose than profit. All education is change. E. Stanley Jones. 5th, 6th. Pride claims for self, that belongs to God. John W. Dawson. 7th. May I never again show ingratitude or indifference for the little things in life. Daphne du Maurien, author of Rebecca. Written while in England was bombed, her husband at the front, and her children in bombed out cities. A good example is the best sermon, Ben Franklin. Much wants more, Bob Wallace. The 9th. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. Quotes. The truth doesn't hurt unless it ought to. B.C. Forbes. And the guy was reading a lot of stuff. When a man lives with God, his voice shall be as sweet as the murmur of the brook and the rustle of the corn. Emerson. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthened me. Philippians 4:13. The longest journey starts with one step. Things refuse to be mismanaged long. Things refuse to be mismanaged long. From Emerson, Essays on Compassion. A class of doctrines is not a disaster, it is an opportunity. A clash of doctrines is not a disaster. Okay. Alfred North Whitehead. 14. What grace to the body good sense is to the mind. Jeez, man. La Rochefoucauld. Sounds French. Wednesday the 15th. God, give me the strength and symphony and help me keep my courage high. God, give me calm and confidence, and please, a twinkle in the eye. Thursday the 16th. When I am attacked by gloomy thoughts, nothing helps me so much as the run into my books. Montagan. The most successful garden club is a good, strong hoe handle. Bristol Herald Courier. Saturday the 18th. Better give your path to a dog than to be bitten by him. Abraham Lincoln. He hath who appointed thee thy task will proportion it to thy strength, and to thy strength to which the burden which he lays upon thee. Edward B. Posey, or Pusey. Faith is the bird that sings when the dawn is still dark. Tagore. Man, if you guys know any of these authors, let me know. So far, know about half. Tuesday, January 21st. When love and skill work together, expect a masterpiece. John Ruskin. God is great. God is good. Let us thank him for our food. An early table grace. Thursday the 23rd. Don't take up too much, but what you do, take up complete. E. Stanley Jones. Friday the 24th. One's brain is no stronger than its weakest think. Chuckle. Saturday 25th. Thrift. Eat it all, wear it out, sew it up, do without. Let y'all kind of see. Some of this is printed, which makes it really easy to read. Some of it's not. Sunday, June 26th. If you make your happiness within, then you can live under every conceivable set of circumstances. You're immune to unhappiness. E. Stanley Jones. How much time we got here? 12 minutes. I'm going to go about another 3 or 4 minutes and we'll wrap it up. Just these first month, that was a lot of things to think about. Monday, January 27th. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. President F.D. Roosevelt. You know, that's January 27th, 1941. That could be the actual date he said that. I don't know. I have to go look in the history books. All right, here's the very first page of what's going on. At the top, 1924 to 1941. Our darling daughter is 17 today and a senior at Tennessee High School. Oh, how proud Janie and I are of this wonderful girl of ours! Exclamation point. Wednesday, January 29th. Faith is the bird that sings when the dawn is still dark. Tagore. I think he wrote that earlier. Tuesday, January 30th. A Christian has no right to take any pleasure in which he cannot take God. E. Stanley Jones. Friday, January 31st. The use of reading is to aid us in thinking. Edward Gibbon. All right. So the next 5 pages are of his bowling scores. 171, 171, 162 for 168. So, Granddad loved to bowl. He bowled in leagues. He loved to play golf. And I believe we'll find out he was quite an athlete in high school. 166, 155, 150, average 157. 179, 159, 183, 173, 2/10. 167, 3/10. 187, 2/10. 168. So, Big Jack. Big Jack was a company that he worked for. It was an apparel manufacturing. He was in some sort of management position. But we'll find out a lot about his working career. 161, 158, 188, 169, 167, 3/4, Dad did not bowl for 2 weeks. 178, 148, 200, 174, 169. Okay, I'm going to end it here on February 10th, 1941. The man who has never learned to say no to his whims, appetites, passions is a moral imbecile. Daniel Russell. 2 more pages of bowling scores, 3 more pages. I'll do 1 more. An extremist is a fellow who's fighting vigorously for a cause in which we do not believe. The Country Parson. All right, another bowling score. All right, let's stop right there. That's a lot of quotes to ponder in your head every day, and then to write them on paper. You know, I don't think many people, and I've tried it, we've probably all tried it, start a diary, last couple of weeks, don't do it. Even Granddad struggled his first couple of years, having a lot of blank dates, blank pages. And but I'm saying that probably by year 3, he is pretty consistently writing every day. And when we move on to the larger books, it'll have even more information. All right. Sounds pretty cool, right? I don't know how often I'm going to post, but I'm going to try to be kind of consistent. It's going to take basically a month, an episode. 52 weeks. I might have to step it up a little bit. I got 33 years of doing this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Later.